Cara, ainda tem opção. Hard to beat. É fucking deep. Alright. So, I recorded something when I was drunk. Not drunk, sick. Uh, I get those confused a lot. Um, about Velcro or hook and loop. Hook and loop. And how I fucking hate it. And I don't want to be one of those. Sorry. I don't want to be one of those guys who just takes this extreme stance on something just to be contrarian. That's not the case here. I'm not arguing that hook and loop is a good idea or not. I think it's a wonderful idea and it has purpose. No one would say 100-mile-per-hour tape is a fucking bad product. People might say they hate 100-mile-per-hour tape, but that's not because it's a bad product. It's because it's used for fucking everything. And instead of paying attention to maintenance schedules or doing PMCS's proper reporting, getting shit taken care of and squared away, or allowing people to DX shit, we're fucking wrapping shit in 5 or 100-mile-per-hour tape. That's not good, and that's worthy of hate, right? That same thing goes for Velcro, or hook and loop. Right? It has purpose. It's wholly inappropriate for jungle warfare. Honestly, any sort of forested environment, in my opinion. It's loud as fuck. It's allergic to being stealthy. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you think you're a fucking ninja?" Light and noise discipline's a real thing, and the closer we get to engaging a near peer enemy, I know, proxy wars. Light and noise discipline will become more important. So, I think it's an issue. Up till now, we've overlooked it, and we don't care whether it actually endangers the warfighter or not. I had this really frank discussion with not someone super high level. He was a VP of government sales for a particular company, and I'm not going to dime this dude out. But I was talking to him about attachment methods for load carriage. Not necessarily Molly or Hypalon or anything that interfaces to some sort of PALS webbing, but branching out from that and doing more work with quick release and non-Molly fixtures. Because, I don't think Molly's the answer for everything either. So I was talking to him about how we can improve certain things, especially for counter assault elements, QRF elements, and people who need to gear up in a timely manner. And what he said to me, I don't want to say this in an overwhelmingly negative manner, because I think he was just being a realist. I don't think he was saying fuck the troops or fuck the welfare of the industry or whatever. But he said there's no reason for them to invent something new that's marginally better and spend a shitload of money patenting it when their current Velcro shit just works just fine and it sells just fine. Meaning they'll innovate when they have to. They'll innovate when the money leaves their current investments, right? And so it's about the money. And for someone who I guess kind of bought into the whole it's for the warfighter. We don't make gear for money. We truly make it for you. I kind of bought into that, right? Especially since a lot of the industry is former veterans, or sorry, well, Freudian slip there. They're fucking veterans, and I kind of thought, wow, I want to get out and continue to support my brothers in arms, So, and again, I had some very frank conversations at a recent convention with some other industry insiders, and I kind of learned a little bit about the expected profit margins of the defense industry, and it really kind of cemented the fact that fucking nothing is done for the welfare of the country or the fucking soldier in mind. It is to make so much goddamn money. It's ludicrous. Anyway, I digress a little bit. This person just kind of wholly admitted that they will not move on unless they absolutely have to, which to me is pretty shitty, because I felt like even when I was an end user with the DoD that I always had a moral obligation to always try and innovate and always trying to bring the best training, the best techniques to my unit, regardless of what the manuals say. So it's an attitude that I kind of just assumed was part of the industry, but it's not. We live in a capitalist society, and their main interest is making money. And they don't care whether you wear their gear and die in it, because you're sitting on the next best thing, but you want to sell off your current surplus of Velcro abominations. And I'm not implying that's the case. I'm not implying any company is holding back technology. Not making any allegations here. So it's just, it's a sobering fact. If you're someone like me and you kind of had your head in the clouds and you viewed defending the country and its interests in a very romantic manner. Not everyone sees it like you and I do. Not everyone's naive as fuck. So, just be prepared to have your eyes opened and kick around DC a little bit and being able to talk to people who don't really go outside the white walls. The attitude's very different, and you'll quickly start to understand why certain decisions are made and why we've kind of stagnated a little bit. I know we've done so much great work with laser cut and Hypalon material, but that shit was around for fucking ever. I remember when I first saw it, and it was in a defense item, dual purpose defense item, and I was like, this is awesome. We should work with this more, and no one really wanted to, because no one had to. So you noticed the switch to Hypalon backers was pretty slow, because until excuse me, until you have to, you're not gonna fucking upgrade your gear, because it's expensive, cuts into your bottom line. And I know people could provide me with examples of gear companies that are really truly for the warfighter. And I'll say this, those gear companies will never have enough capital to invest in a lot of significant research for new gear or new types of materials to use, because I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assume that you care about shit other than your corporate profits. So you're probably paying people an okay wage. You may even have a benefits package, and all of that eats into your bottom line. And your bottom line is what you use to reinvest and put that money into R&D. So that's been my experience, is the smaller shops tend to care more. So I'm not saying everyone is in the industry is evil. Just it's more of the same. Everyone just wants to make money. Just because people kill and die using their equipment doesn't change anything, really. It's just another industry for them. So once again, I wanted to talk about hook and loop, and I kind of just went into this whole thing. But I wanted to refilm this outside of my sick video, because I haven't looked at the sick video footage yet, and I don't know how coherent it is. But I will upload that with this. So you get to see me sort of delirious with a fever. And I will talk to you when I stop being sick.